Value chain analysis for development provides decision makers with evidence-based data to feed sustainable development strategies. Four experts combine economic, social, and environmental analyses to give a picture of the sustainability and inclusiveness of an agri-based value chain. The VCA4D approach is built around four framing questions. What is the contribution of the value chain to economic growth? Is this economic growth inclusive? Is the VC socially sustainable? Is the VC environmentally sustainable? First, a functional analysis is carried out by all the experts, building a global description of the VC to understand how it works and how it is organized, identifying its structure and key elements including the products involved, the actors and their functions, the flows linking those actors, and the VC's organization and governance. These elements help to define the typology of actors, subchains, and delimit the geographic scope and the timeframe for the analysis. Information on the main market trends and strategic challenges of VC development is also provided. Then, the experts are in position to move on to economic, social, and environmental analyses, working in parallel but in consultation with each other and referring always to the functional analysis to answer the four framing questions. What is the VC's contribution to economic growth? The Economist looks at questions including how profitable and sustainable are the VC's activities for the actors? What is the value added by the VC across the whole national economy? How does it contribute to national GDP and agricultural GDP? How does the VC affect the national public finances and the balance of trade? Is the VC viable and competitive in relation to the global economy? How and why do the VC subchains perform differently? Is the economic growth inclusive? The economist and the social expert look at the distribution of incomes and employment across the VC and its subchains at all stages. In addition, they investigate the stakeholders' involvement in the value chain's organization and governance, paying close attention to the impact of the VC on vulnerable groups such as small farmers, women, and rural workers. Income distribution and employment creation are concrete indicators of the ways in which the VC benefits households and businesses. Is the value chain socially sustainable? The social expert assesses this question with a specific tool called the social profile, looking at 6 key development concerns for policymakers: working conditions, land and water rights, gender equality, food and nutrition security, social capital, and living conditions. The expert outlines and appraises the way in which interactions between the VC actors and the general environment generate key benefits or disadvantages and improve or degrade the position of social groups and types of actors. The judgment is based on the actual situation within the country and on widely shared international development standards. Findings are graphically illustrated, giving an at-a-glance summary clearly indicating the main areas of concern. Is the value chain environmentally sustainable? The environmental expert looks at the effect of value chain operations on resource depletion, ecosystem quality, human health, climate change, and biodiversity. VCA4D uses life cycle assessment to measure impacts throughout the VC, looking at the substances consumed and emitted as products are grown, manufactured, processed, transported, and marketed. By identifying sources of damage and critical points, and by comparing different subchains, production techniques, and stages of the VC, it is possible to identify the least environmentally harmful operating practices. Finally, the experts produce a synthesis of their analysis, summarizing the answers to the framing questions to deliver a clear, accessible, readily available, and high-definition picture of the value chain. They highlight the VC's benefits and strengths, but also the risks it poses and the leverage points where interventions will have maximum effect. VCA4D's evidence-based approach provides quantitative data, qualitative information, and diagnoses and recommendations that decision-makers can turn into action with a view to promoting sustainability and inclusiveness. Available to the European Commission, to EU delegations, and to national actors and stakeholders. Each VCA4D study is a public good, providing the knowledge needed for better action and monitoring. Contact us to learn more.